And welcome. My name is Janet. I'm a raw food chef at Oasis of Healing. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an easy green juice that's delicious and full of antioxidants and nutrients for you. You may have juiced in the past, but I'm going to show you an easy way with this easy machine. Today we're going to cover a recipe that you'll find online. It is our green juice recipe. We're going to make just 1 quart today, just to make it easy, but normally this recipe calls to make a 2-quart glass of juice. We're going to use 5 stalks of celery, 1 cucumber, 1 bunch of kale, 1 bunch of spinach, a half of a Granny Smith apple, a half of a lemon, and a little bit of ginger root, maybe less than 1/4 inch, and about 5 stalks of fresh parsley. Do you juice every day? I hope you do. If you're in the healing process, we highly encourage everyone to juice, and we do that every day here at the center. For you at home, it's a great, easy way to get the most nutritious greens into your system. We're going to start out with talking about the machine, which today I just grabbed an easy machine, $100 or less Jack LaLanne juicer. You can go from this model to spending hundreds, even thousands of dollars on a juicer. Totally depends on how much money you want to spend, how much time you have in the kitchen. Today we're just going to use this one just to make it easy. With this juicer, it has an area where all the waste is going to go, and I'm going to use just a basic plastic bag to help collect the waste and also not to make as big a mess. When I'm done with that, I can just close it off, tie it off, put it in the freezer to use for crackers later, compost, or just throw in the trash. All right. So the benefits of juicing are many. We are going to get the most nutrients in our body the quickest way into our cells by making green juice. We're going to start out with green kale. As you can see, it's just super green. It's the super greens. The king of greens is what they like to call it. And we're going to use the entire leaf, including the rib. It's really high in chlorophyll. And kale, they have found, has worked the best for the top 5 cancers, which is breast, prostate, colon, ovarian, and bladder cancer. So kale works really great for that. The next ingredient is our spinach. Spinach is, again, very, very green and really rich in chlorophyll. It has 40% protein. So when you say where are you getting your protein, spinach is definitely right up there in the plant-based. You also get lots of fiber and carbohydrates from that. Now, celery is a great natural sodium and it really is great for detoxifying the body. Let's see, we're using also cucumber today, which is also great for detoxifying. And then we are going to put in a green apple, just a half of a green apple for a whole quart. So not very much, just takes a little bit of the edge off from the greens. The green apple we highly recommend. It's much more lower glycemic than any red apple. We're also going to use parsley, and parsley is a great detoxifier as well. It is really great for pulling out heavy metals. We all have heavy metals in our body from childhood and toxins that are in the environment. We're also going to use ginger, which maybe you've used ginger before if you've had nausea or had a stomach ache. If you've been on a boat, sometimes they'll give you some ginger to suck on to help with the seasickness. We're also going to use a lemon, and we're just going to use half of a lemon. I'd like to see you just trim off the outer part and leave the white pith. There's a lot of nutrients in that white pith. So I'm just going to take off the outer edge, and I'm going to use that. I don't want to leave a lot of the outer peel because it can make it very bitter, but you do want to leave some of that white pith in there. I think I covered all the ingredients. Cucumber is also very anti-inflammatory. So you can see we just have a lot of greens, a lot of anti-inflammatory, high water base, high fiber, delicious drink that we're going to make here. So I think we're ready to get started. I have all my produce ready. I highly recommend that when you have your recipe, you grab your produce, wash it. Always buy organic. It's where you're going to get the most nutrients. We don't want anything genetically modified. We just want the purest, close to nature vegetables that we can get. So I'm all set with all my veggies. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn on the machine and go ahead and get started. You'll notice that I'm going to alternate my fruits and vegetables because not only with this juicer, but with most juicers, the greens will sometimes clog up a machine, but things like celery, where I can kind of push it through and it has a high water content, also with apple, or the lemon is all going to push it through and just push it through the machine a little bit more efficiently. You can also take your greens if they're a little bit bulky, and you can actually kind of stuff them in there. This machine, and I'm just barely pushing down on the machine. So I've got my kale. Every juicer has a different opening at the top. This one's fairly large, so you don't have to cut your vegetables too small. Smells delicious. So we have our last few items here. I'm just going to put a small piece of ginger. It's up to you. If you don't like ginger, you could put a smaller piece. And we'll put the apple in. As I turn off the machine, it's done a good job today. Now we have a delicious glass of green juice. Like I said, it's best to drink right now is when it has the most nutrition, and I'm going to drink this up. As you can see, it has a nice rich color. We encourage you to drink 1 quart to 2 quarts every day. Thank you for joining us today.